This is Rockin' with J-Man is with Ripper Owens. How you doing, man?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
Just chilling really, just enjoying life as it goes.
Chilling. Yeah, that's what we got to do.
Yep, that's what we gotta do.
So where are you at?
I'm in New York, Buffalo, New York.
All right. I love that area.
Oh, you played the Rapids before?
I've played, I used to play there when I first started doing some local shows, even in the Judas Priest tribute band back in the day. I used to go to Buffalo. I used to play this place close to the airport. I don't know if it was called Impacts or something. I don't know. Your parents probably would know.
Huh. Oh, yep, they did tell me about that. I just got done listening to the KK Priest songs. They sent me, and they were awesome. They were pretty good. Not bad.
Thank you.
I love that old school metal sound.
Yeah, I do too. I guess if I change too much, people be like, what the heck are you doing, man? That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, there's nothing like old school. My favorites were always Priest and Ronnie Dio is probably my absolute favorite with Black Sabbath and all that. Yeah, so I like doing the old school. And when KK writes, that's how he writes, I mean, he's listen, he's been in Judas Priest, only in Judas Priest, nothing else. And that's how he writes music.
Now is the Brothers of the Road a song about touring?
It is. Brothers of the Road is exactly that. He kind of wrote this song that was this just out there doing it. We are, and I've written songs like that before too. And it's, you're out there on the road, you got to stick together. I wrote one on a record called A New Revenge, a band I did, and the song was called Here's to Us. And it's easy to write this, and this song that KK wrote is definitely one that's good live. You're singing along with, and we're brothers of the road, and we rock. It has a little bit of, like you said, it has that 80s metal, even a little bit of the cheesiness of the 80s metal in the song, and that's what's fun about it. It's like we can get away with doing songs like that.
Do you find it harder to write rock songs for our today's generation? Do you find it harder?
Hey, how old are you?
10.
10 years old. He's interviewing me, and he's 10 years old, babe. 10 years old, and he's interviewing me. This is pretty awesome. Do I find it hard to
making music for my generation and today's generation?
I don't. You know what? Because I just write music. When you write, most people listen. You do keep your ear to the out there a little bit. You want to kind of have little tendencies that, but I think lyrically that's what's probably makes it easy to write, because obviously I'll probably be writing about COVID for about 10 years now. So, but it's easy to write for anybody. I never write it to a certain type of genre or certain type of people. I just kind of write music. Probably going to make some people upset with what I write sometimes, but who knows? Sometimes it's about a monster. The next time it's about politics, maybe hidden in there. I write a lot about life in general.
What I mean is that we are different breeds. Your generation had mosh pits. Mine has safe spaces. So it's really different now.
Yeah, well, my generation did have mosh pits and a lot of stage diving and things, and you wouldn't get sued back then. So I guess that's that kind of now it's you know what? It's just different. I probably would be looking at my kids going, oh my gosh, be careful. Thinking of what I did. I remember diving off the stage in the middle of a concert, just jumping into the crowd and seeing a lot of, but yeah, it's different. I guess if nowadays kids are going to have mosh pits, it's probably going to be on a video game.
Good one. That's a really good one. Back in the day, you could say whatever you wanted in a song, but today you have to be careful because a group of people could literally start crying if they don't agree with you. And you can get canceled.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Welcome to
yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, people, it's a lot harder nowadays. One thing I couldn't imagine is being a comedian nowadays, because you really would have to be on your best behavior. I mean, it is what it is. Acting, comedy, music, you have to express yourself, and people take things the wrong way, and it is different. That's why if you do even sing about politics, you got to hide it in your song somehow. Like, you know, you don't really just come out and say what you really mean. You kind of hide it in there. But it is, people get upset. People really do get butt hurt really easy nowadays, don't they? And it's everything's a touchy subject, so you do have to be careful.
They should call us the multi generation, not the lazy generation.
Yeah, you know, some of the things aren't, you know, some of the things, it's, you know, you have, not that they're wrong on a lot of things. There is things that you don't want to do that probably I did back when I was a kid. I don't think some of the things I said and did definitely shouldn't have been probably done nowadays. But yeah, it's just, it's everything gets upset. Everybody gets upset, don't they, with every little thing.
Yeah, a lot of little things can set people off now, and it's what is the writing process like when making music for KK's Priest?
Well, this time, you know, Ken had already started, so he pretty much had the meat and potatoes there. He had the stuff, and I'll tell you, I've said this several times. The other guitar player, AJ laid some vocals down, guide vocals for me, and man, can he sing! And I was like, you know, you're a young man, and I'm an older man. You better hold back a little bit there, Tiger, because that's pretty good stuff. So you know, the advantage of working with KK is that we work so many years together, and he knows how I sing. So when he was writing material, I think he just wanted a point to prove. I'm going to show everybody that I can write songs, and I'm going to do my own thing. I think he just wanted to do it. So I just, you know, what was great is I went to the studio there in England right before COVID, and I did the vocals there. We took our time on it, and so it was nice to be in. You know, usually nowadays you're not in a studio that often. I'm recording here at my house, so it was nice to be in the studio with Ken and record it.
Why is the album pushed back?
I don't know. You're probably going to find that answer out before I even do, to be honest. I kind of heard, and I really do believe this, is that there was a pretty good demand on it, but the vinyl, you know, vinyl is really behind right now. And the Three Tremors, my other singer in the Three Tremors just said that vinyl is 8 months behind if we want to do it for the Three Tremors. So that's really crazy. So I know we sold a lot of vinyls for KK's Priest, and I think what happened is they want to release everything at the same time. They just don't want all of a sudden go, here, you can have your streams online on Apple, or you can have your CDs, but you can't have your vinyls. I think they need to make it all at once. I think they got caught somehow with you know, with their hand in the cookie jar there, and didn't have it all set up. And I don't think they thought it was going to have as many pre-orders, I think. But hey, Iron Maidens is coming out September 1st, so they got us beat already. They just released their albums coming out, and it's still coming out before ours.
I might have to interview them again.
Go figure.
Yeah. How crazy is that you went from a cover band to being the front man for Judas Priest? You know, I seen a movie once where the plot was almost the same as your life.
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute. You're too young to watch that movie. What are you doing?
No.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. I caught you.
Okay.
I'm telling your parents. Oh wait, I bet they're watching it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, that movie was loosely based on what happened to me, and it was really was that you know, they found a videotape of me, because this was pre-YouTube, you know, and they found the video and flew me there. So it's a crazy story. You know, I never thought I'd be a musician, in making a living being a musician, and probably should have went to college now that I think about it. But you know, I got lucky. I got a lucky break, and I ran with that lucky break, and I'm still doing it today.
How different do you think your life would be if you never got that call and stuck with Grudge in Seattle?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it would be fine. You know, I definitely wouldn't have be still traveling all over the world, and, you know, been nominated, being nominated for a Grammy. I don't think that would have happened without Judas Priest. But you never say, you know, I could have gotten a call by someone else. Who knows? But I really think, I don't know what I would have been doing. I probably would have been a salesman still in some capacity, you know, or some kind of management or something. I think probably, you know, but I'm guessing I would have been in sales of some sort. I don't know what I would have done. Who knows?
Is there any videos of you doing Grudge covers?
Hey, I know what I would have done. I would have became a singing Uber driver.
Wow.
A singing Uber driver.
You could have started a new profession.
Goober instead of Ripper, it would have been Goober the Uber. Okay, go ahead with your question. I was thinking what I'm gonna do, what I would have done.
I made that thought in your head.
Maybe I would have invented Uber, not been driving Uber. Yeah.
Is there any videos of you doing Grudge covers?
Yeah, well, there should be, but that was kind of right on the cusp of now everything's out there, but this was like 95, 96. So the cell phones weren't really getting as much out there, right? So you didn't have the cell phone videos like you do now. Everybody has a cell phone, but there is some of me singing. I'm certain. I loved it too. I love singing Chris Cornell. He's one of my favorite singers. So, singing songs like Outshine and Jesus Christ Pose was pretty awesome.
Now as a musician, who knows firsthand about carrying on other musicians' legacy? Do you think it was too fast to announce that ZZ Top will carry on the same day as Dusty Hill died?
Who's that? I couldn't hear it.
Okay. Now, as a musician who's known firsthand about carrying on another musician's legacy, do you think it was too fast to announce that ZZ Top will carry on the same day as Dusty Hill died?
Probably a little too soon, maybe. Yeah, but I think it was worked out. They worked it out. Yeah, this was something that this was an unfortunate thing that, was going to happen. So I think they worked it all out and had it planned, so maybe it's not, maybe it's kind of almost like a passing the torch to somebody,
Is it crazy that 3 talented musicians passed away in 3 days' time?
It's been crazy how many musicians have just passed away. Ex-Slipknot drummer, ZZ Top bassist, Metal Church singer, Rats guitar player, all within. I mean, I'm afraid to go to sleep.
I'm afraid to go to sleep. How do you think I feel?
The famous interviewer. No, I think you got about 90 years left in you, my man.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
I felt I got 80. I got something wrong. What do you like to perform better, Judas Priest songs or Dio songs?
Well, I like to perform mine more than anything. My era Judas Priest, and I like to perform my solo songs and I like to perform the catalog I've been on, even the Judas Priest songs, the classic ones that I've sang on. Doing a solo show is always my favorite show to do. Or, when I do this KK show pretty soon, that will be as well, because it's my stuff. But emotionally, I love singing Dio. Heaven and Hell. When I tour solo right now, I've been doing shows. I've been doing Last in Line and Heaven and Hell in my set list. And I love singing them because it probably gets me emotionally more than any other song I sing. But as for my favorites to actually sing would be anything from my catalog.
When doing research, I've seen past articles regarding Dio disciples. Why do the Last Line guys take shots at you? Or did the Last Line guys?
I just think it happened. You know what? I don't think it's just press and people asking questions. They love to do it. And I don't even know if they mean to do it, but they love to do it. And I don't think the Last in Line guys, I talk to them. I'm friends with them. I mean, the bass player even is in New Revenge now, my band, and he did the video. So, we all know that Vivian and Ronnie had the falling out. It was, we know each of them said things about each other. I think it was good that Vivian's playing Dio songs, and I don't think they mean to lash out at us and say mean things. I think the press just sometimes you say, listen, I almost said something right there and I changed it. And it wasn't going to be bad, but then people take it bad. So I turned it around because then you had a real scoop on your hands.
Oh, yeah. And I would have to deal with some of that too. It would be.
You would have been right on You'd have been right on Blabbermouth, buddy.
Oh, yeah. I think every rock star can honor Rodney in their own way.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to go watch the Last in Line band. I'd love to go watch anybody who's doing a celebration or tribute to any artist like that who's passed away.
You have carried on a legacy with Dios, Judas Priest, and even Icer for a bit. Is there any other rock band that you would love to front if you had the chance?
Black Sabbath.
No, that was quick.
That's not even a hard one because I'll go with one that's still out there. I used to always say I'd love to sing with Dimebag because of his guitar chops, those rhythms he played. I just thought my vocals would be perfect. And I would also, there's couple other guitarists, but Tony Iommi and Geezer Butler would be awesome. I'd love to have Simon Wright on the drums with it though. So that would be my version, but I would love to do that. Yeah. I mean, I've sang for Yngwie. I've sang for just about everybody. And if I would pick other guitarists, Scott Ian is another one. I love his guitar rhythms from Anthrax. And but yeah, Black Sabbath would be it for me.
So you have had COVID. Did it affect your voice or singing at
all? No. It really didn't. The only thing that affects my voice is my age. It just did the taste and the smell thing, and that was about it. Wasn't even enough to talk about it too much for me. But I got my vaccination, and I'm ready to rock the world now.
Would you be leery of performing with anyone or touring with another band if they didn't get their shot?
Hey, I just want to tell you something. I do have 3 arms now because I got vaccinated. One of them grew out of my back, but it's okay.
Okay.
Now I can pat myself on my back.
Oh, you can even. Oh, you have a back scratcher. Everybody, the first back scratcher.
Yep. Okay, now I just totally blew off your other question. Go ahead and ask that question again.
Okay. Would you be leery of performing with anyone or touring with another band if they didn't get the shot?
No, you could do what you want. I think it's your prerogative. I mean, right now there's doesn't mean that they're not going to get COVID with them. Right now, it seems like from reading that they're not going to get COVID anyways. I mean, the Olympic athletes, another one just went down with COVID and he was vaccinated. I mean, you listen, you're supposed to stay safer with it, but I'm not going to treat anybody different that doesn't get it. That's their thing. I mean, I got it. It's kind of like if you want to wear your seatbelt, you don't have to. I'm still going to drive in your car with you. I'll wear mine.
How did the pandemic affect you personally? How did the pandemic?
Well, I almost became the singing Uber driver because of the pandemic. So, no, it changed. It worked out for me. I started doing a lot more recording for bands all over the world and doing a song for somebody. But I tour 75% of the year. That's how I make my living. So it really hurt it, just like all musicians. But I was fortunate this past year that I was able to do some other things musically and get by. But I mean, listen, the KK record was supposed to come out last year. It's supposed to be touring in the summer, doing festivals and starting all that. So it really put a halt to that.
Are you worried about the Delta strain and another potential lockdown?
No, I mean, I do think there could be that, but I try to read up on it, and I don't, now there's other strains they're talking about and this, that, and the other, but I mean, still, if people would just use a little common sense and don't go breathe in other people's faces and lick other people's fingers and stuff, we'd be all right. But hopefully it won't. I'm doing my part. I don't wear my mask anymore because I don't have to around where I'm at. I stay 6 feet from people. I got vaccinated. Not that I was 100% sure if I wanted to, but I wanted my career and this business to start back up again. So, I try to do what I can. And hopefully people will still use common sense, but yet it does worry me a little bit. I sometimes think that numbers change when they want them to change as well. So I think if they want them to go up, they'll find a way to make them go up. If they want them to go down, they'll find a way to make them go down. So hopefully people will just use common sense and again, stop coughing and breathing on each other.
Okay, I see you are doing some solo shows. Any chances of a full tour with KK Priest or even the Three Tenors this summer?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the Three Trimmers are looking at it right now, doing a tour in November. So we said, let's do a tour because I don't know when KK's Priest is going to start up, but KK's Priest is the first and foremost what I'm here to do. So whenever they're ready to do it, we're looking at touring. It's a little bit different animal than, Three Trimmers can go play the local small venues and the clubs, and KK's Priest is going to be playing big venues. So it takes a lot more planning. So we definitely look to be, I imagine KK's Priest probably won't be touring till, 2022, but Three Trimmers will be out there soon.
Now, when you tour with KK's Priest, are you going to play the Judas Priest songs you wrote?
Yes. We definitely will be playing some off of Jugular and Demolition. We'll probably play Burning Hell and One on One and Hell is Home for sure. I just talked to KK when we were there and I was like, we should do Machine Man would be a great one. But, we'll probably play a couple classic Priest songs that isn't played by Judas Priest that often, like Before the Dawn or something. But the main thing I think Ken wants to do is play the KK's Priest stuff. I think he really wants to get out there and play stuff from that record.
Would you re-record your favorite ones with KK's Priest?
Yeah, I talked about it before about redoing those records. I mean, you can get those records now pretty soon if you spend $500 on the whole Judas Priest box set. They're coming in there. So my record's finally come out. And it's going to cost someone $500 to get it.
Nobody's going to buy it.
I know. There you go. I would love to. I mentioned it before, and I've even mentioned it to Ken. Legally, we'd have to look into it. But I think they need to be out there for sure. I mean, I'm not quite sure why they're not. Now they are going to be in the set. So that proves they can release the records whenever they want. If they're going to be in this box set, they could have put them single. Not quite sure because I won't make money from those records if they're out, but the guys in the band will make money from those records. And I have a feeling they would make a pretty good amount of money because those records aren't out there and people want to get them.
Yeah, they're awesome. You did such a great job with them. Nice.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. You got some words from the chairman.
Yes.
How has it been like playing for a crowd again? How has it been?
How's it been playing for
a crowd again?
Oh, it's great. I love it if it's 50 people in front of me or. Well, of course, there's not going to be 10,000 right now because that's not going to be it. But I love to play. The best part of it is doing the show itself, the whole thing before and after and whatever. I love to be on stage, If someone could just plug me in just for the part of it, that's the best part. So yeah, and it really is the crowd that makes it the best part. The last two shows I did New Jersey and Delaware, and they were just so into it. And in all of them I've been, North Carolina, South Carolina, Indiana, all the shows I've done lately. I play my hometown tomorrow night, and it's nice to do it. It's nice to see the people. The fans are really great.
It's almost been 2 years since people seen a live show, has everyone remembered how to act when they get into large groups and behave themselves?
Have they ever even been behave themselves? No, they've been great. I mean, I've been shocked a few places when the mask mandate was still in, all the people without the masks on, but they've been awesome. The crowds have been that they, you know what? They're excited to see a show. They're singing the songs, and I. It wasn't a very big crowd in New Jersey when I was there, and they were so loud. I could not believe how loud the crowd, because they haven't seen it in so long. So, but they're acting just as crazy as they did before the pandemic. That's for sure.
People took live music for granted, and with that being taken away from them for so long, I hope they appreciate it more.
Well, I do too. You know, everybody. It's hard to. I understand it's hard to get out and watch shows, and everybody's. You know, you have your family life and your kids and your job, so it's tough to get out. That's why I like shows to be early, so everybody had more people can come out. But they did. I think it's, you know, and I probably did as well. And when you get something ripped away from you, like going to a show, you start thinking, wow, this is. I need to go. I need to start going to shows more often.
What is your favorite memory from playing a show? What is your favorite?
Man, I got some good ones. I probably, you know, being nominated for a Grammy and going to the Grammys was pretty crazy for me. But I think probably just making Judas Priest in general, you know, I mean, they were my favorite band in the 80s, and, you know, my idols, and then making that band and becoming friends and almost like a family with them. And to this day, we're all still friends, including Rob and I. We're all friends. And I think probably making them, you know, I mean, it came out of nowhere. You know, I mean, all of a sudden I get a call and this is Judas Priest. And I'm like, what?
What? Judas?
I didn't think it was really them. I looked, this person said, you got to call this lady named Jane Andrews. So I went, and they gave me this number, and I went and looked on the Painkiller record, and there was her name on it. I'm like, she is real.
Huh. That's awesome, man. That was really cool.
Yeah, it was great. It was surreal.
Yeah. I might be that guy talking to you guys in the backstage. I might see that guy.
Yeah, well, you're welcome to come backstage anytime you want.
Thanks. Really? I have a pass from you.
Yeah, you'll get a pass. You'll be all right.
If you could, what is your worst memory from playing a show?
You know, I don't really have a whole lot of worst memories. I did shit my pants on stage once, but I don't know if that really would be. That's it. You know, in the movie that he tripped down some stairs, and everybody's like, on his first show, he fell down the stairs, and like, did you fall downstairs? I said, I've never really had a, you know, I mean, I've got maybe some tours that weren't great solo, a solo show here and there, or, but really, I don't have a whole lot, you know. I mean, everything was always, listen, it's a job. I'm traveling the world, and if it's bad, I mean, it's, you know, compared to what other people go through, I should be so lucky.
If you could make your dream tour, who would be on the bill with you?
If I could make my dream tour, who would be on the bill with me? Can I just, well, I've already done it though. I've already toured with Black Sabbath. I toured with Heaven and Hell 2 different times. So who would be on my dream tour? Okay. Sabotage. I've already toured with them too. I'll say Black Sabbath. I'd like to tour with them, I guess, because I toured with them with Ronnie. I might as well tour with him with Ozzy. Because then if they need someone to sing, if Ozzy's sleeping, because he probably sleeps a lot.
Oh my God! Yeah.
If they need me to sing a little bit, then I can get up on stage and sing.
There you go, man.
Yeah. See.
Do you think Kiss would be better as a hologram?
I did say that, didn't I? Yeah. I said that sitting right back here one day doing an interview. I said, Kiss we'll have a hologram when they're live, and the hologram will be better. And the next day it was on Blabbermouth. Hey, Kiss is a marketing genius, right? So I'm shocked a hologram is not part of their show right now, for the entertainment factor.
How does a hologram work? How does a hologram?
Well, it's flat on the ground, and it shoots up things onto a like a glass or plastic shield that goes straight up. So it shoots onto this. It's people said, oh, it's like a projector or whatever, but it's not. It's not like it isn't. It's single things shooting up to make this. It's pretty crazy, really. I mean, this thing has to be angled just right, and it's you can't shoot that up to a on the wall, because it makes it look. That's why it's onto that clear thing, because it makes it look like it's nothing around it. It's pretty cool stuff.
Is it like Star Wars?
No, see, that's what everybody thinks the hologram's supposed to be like on Star Wars, or they see these holograms on movies. If you see the Tupac hologram or whatever, they're the exact same technology as the Ronnie Dio hologram they had. That's the only way they really can do it now.
Guys, I'm going to need you to wrap up, please. We have another interview, and your time's almost up.
Okay.
How do my followers follow you, man? How do they follow you?
Yeah, you can check me out. TimRipperOwens.com should have all the links. But you just go on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook and just type in Tim Ripper Owens, and I mean, there's probably a lot of fake ones, but you'll be able to tell the real one. It's pretty easy stuff to find.
I know there was talk of Dio Disciples putting out some original songs. What is up with that?
Yeah, we started to. I don't know. I think everybody just got busy. I think, the other guys put out another project that was very similar to what we wanted to do. And I think Wendy just thought it wasn't a good idea at the time to do it, since they just put one out. So hopefully it'll we'll do it again. I'd love to write a record with him and do it. It'd be really cool.
All right, man. Thank you for being on the show, man. I hope next time we talk about the backstage at one of your shows, dude.
Backstage at one of my shows. Stay in touch and get a hold of me however you want, and we'll keep in touch, bud.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Step on.
Yeah.
It was a very fun interview. I enjoyed talking to you. Sorry about
Thanks, buddy. All right. Thank you. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Peace.